Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of plant biology, unraveling the mysteries of algae, mosses, ferns, gymnosperms and angiosperms. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of some key concepts in botany. Let's get started. Let's talk about algae. Have you ever wondered how we classify these simple yet diverse organisms? Well, it all comes down to their pigments, the type of food they store, the structure of their cell walls, the number and position of their flagella, and the habitat they thrive in. These factors help scientists group and study algae more effectively. Now moving on to reduction division or meiosis. Where does it happen in different plants? In liverworts like Marchantia, meiosis occurs in the spore mother cells within the capsule of the sporangium, resulting in haploid spores. Similarly, in mosses like Funaria, meiosis takes place in the spore sacs of the capsule. In ferns, this process happens in the sporangia, producing haploid spores after the fusion of gametes. Gymnosperms like Pinus undergo meiosis in the microsporangia and megasporangia, giving rise to pollen grains and megaspores. And in Angiosperms, meiosis occurs in the pollen sacs of the anther to form haploid pollen grains, and in the megaspore mother cell of the ovule to form the female gametophyte. Now let's talk about plants that bear Archegonia. Those are bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. To understand their life cycle, let's take the example of Funaria, a moss. It starts with a protonema, the first stage of the gametophyte. From here, a leafy stage develops, producing male antheridia and female Archegonia. Fertilization occurs when water allows male gametes to swim to the egg, forming a zygote. This zygote grows into a sporophyte, which produces spores that germinate to restart the cycle. Ever wondered about the genetic makeup of different plant structures? Here's a quick overview. Cells in the protonema of a moss and gemmae of Marchantia are haploid, just like the leaf cells of mosses and the prothallus of ferns. On the other hand, the zygote of a fern is diploid, and the primary endosperm nucleus in Dicots is triploid. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, let's explore the economic importance of algae and gymnosperms. Algae are a powerhouse of nutrients used as food sources like porphyra. Industrially, agar extracted from Gelidium and Gracilaria is widely used. Blue-green algae like nostoc even act as biofertilizers, enriching soil fertility. Gymnosperms are no less important. Pinus provides resin and turpentine, while cedrus gives us timber. Even medicines like ephedrine used to treat asthma come from ephedra. Despite their similarities, gymnosperms and angiosperms are quite different. Gymnosperms produce naked seeds, while angiosperms enclose theirs in fruits. Angiosperms also exhibit double fertilization, a feature absent in gymnosperms. Moreover, the endosperm is haploid in gymnosperms, but triploid in angiosperms. Next up, heterospory. Some plants like Selaginella and Salvinia produce two types of spores, microspores and megaspores. This is called heterospory, and it's an important evolutionary step toward the seed habit, as it ensures better survival of the female gametophyte. Now, let's define some important terms in botany. Protonema is the creeping green filamentous stage in mosses like Funaria. Antheridium is the male reproductive structure found in plants like Marchantia. Archegonium, on the other hand, is the female reproductive organ present in bryophytes and gymnosperms. Sporophylls are sporangia-bearing leaves, such as those seen in Pinus. And then there's isogamy, which is the fusion of identical gametes, as seen in Chlamydomonas. Now let's compare some plant groups. Red algae have phycoerythrin pigments, while brown algae contain fucoxanthin. Liverworts have a flat thallus, but mosses are leafy. Homosporous pteridophytes produce one type of spore, while heterosporous ones produce two. And finally, syngamy is the fusion of male and female gametes, while triple fusion involves the fusion of two polar nuclei with a sperm nucleus in angiosperms. Finally, how do we distinguish monocots from dicots? It's simple. Monocots, like wheat, have one cotyledon, parallel venation and fibrous roots. Dicots, like peas, have two cotyledons, reticulate venation and taproots. To wrap things up, let's match some examples to their plant groups. Chlamydomonas belongs to algae, Cycas is a gymnosperm, Selaginella is a pteridophyte, and Sphagnum is a bryophyte. And that's all for today. We've explored everything from the classification of algae to the fascinating differences between plant groups. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks for watching and see you next time.